Alright, hello there. Hello again. Yeah, I full screen this just for your benefit mostly. Alright, we are here. I am once again just crossing my fingers to prevent lag like last time. That's probably the worst thing I could do, but you know. I don't have any other windows open except for the windows I need. So we're just gonna have to live with it. I suppose, depending on how frustrated I get, if there's lag, we can flatten some of these other characters because I'll have layered versions of them in other versions of this PSD file. How far do you think you are from adding color? The anticipation has been killing me. I still have probably a few more of these episodes to go. I keep on wanting to devote some time to this out of stream, and sometimes it happens. Most of the time it doesn't. But yeah, so really right now I kind of want to quickly attempt to restructure Silver's horns over there to make it more like the original reference picture for her character. I had attempted this before in the past and failed miserably, and that's why she just looks like that. But it's not really, and I think I was trying to follow the Silver Dragon look as well at one point. Maybe that's a Silver Dragon. I don't really recall what Silver Dragons look like. But I want to play around with that a little bit right now, just really quick, to see if I can get something and I can feel something out really quick. There's still the change to do on Ox here in the middle. And then there's Reyna and the wolf. But after those are nailed down, then that's it. Then we start adding color. So a few more things to do to make it absolutely perfect. Anyway, hello there, Carrie, Bear Chaser, Alcas. It's a very interesting color scheme that I'm seeing here with the purples and the orange. I like it. Silver dragons have big frills along the jawline. Okay, good. Then this is just whatever I came up with at the time. I mean, Dragonborn don't necessarily have to look like similar to those specific dragons, thankfully. Alright, let me put my keyboard down here. My favorite villains colors? Just need black to be added. Wow. Black would be a little bit hard to see for me with using dark mode for my chat. Alright, I have to go to another folder to get that reference for silver, which I'm trying to do really quick. Because I prepped everything except for that. It's always something. Characters. Yeah. I kind of like this kind of horn look. I don't necessarily care about the middle one, but I just want to try this out again and see if my mind can handle that 3D perspective. Come on, there we go. Dragonborn certainly don't have to look like their dragon counterparts. More importantly, PCs should look like whatever the player wants them to, which is why I want to work with Silver a little bit more, because I could take or leave this look. I'm not in love with it. And I never really contemplated too much on what her armor looks like. So I just kind of like mashed together some generic looks from a few different references and I just called it a day. I hope in the future I can find a love of rendering clothing and illustrations and like adding those extra details and stuff. Always have to check to make sure I can bring my tablet pen all the way down. I was actually afraid the other day because my wheel stopped working. It seemed to not respond in Photoshop. Almost lost my mind. Alright, so I did merge all of her layers because she was pretty much done. But I can see right here that there's a little bit of a see-through, something going on. Also, before I do that, I need to take the color off and contrast fix. Now that's gonna work much better. Oh. Yeah. Or not. Oh, dang. Let's see. Oh, I'm on screen mode for some reason. It's the worst. Let's start over. I'm more amused that when I got you the mini for Xmas, you said you never pictured her with a cloak on. Then when you get the chance to draw her as you've always imagined her, you put a cloak. Well, that's not entirely true. If I recall correctly, they had like winter gear on for this particular mission. That's why I tried to like give them pretty much all cloaks except for Ox, and I added extra fur legging things, socks, I don't know, whatever those are called. Just trying to make them look a little bit warmer. Justifications is true. Don't know what to tell you. I'm actually thinking now that I said it, I should have probably taken like references from Game of Thrones or something and really went to town on the cloaks, because this still looks pretty costumey, but I need to end this eventually. Do you have cloaks for the ice dragon? Or just the ice giant? I mean, like, I think she said specifically that she... Well, actually, I don't entirely know whether she was wearing the cloak or not, because she's always making it a point to be practically naked. But even if she was wearing the cloak, in this specific instance, I would avoid putting it on her just because her face is turned away from the viewer. And if you put a cloak on her, it obscures too much. You get nothing except for the red hair, and I don't think that's really a good personification of the character. So that's when I would take artistic license, as I did, and not put a cloak on her, and instead do the legging things, which weren't ever really talked about as a thing, but I feel like that would be her cold weather outfit if she had to have one. So that's the explanation of that. All right. Okay. I need to put down a neutral gray layer here. I think when it comes to capturing an action scene, the small details like winter gear and backpacks can be avoided, although adding the winter gear helps to set the scene as a frigid landscape. That's yes. Pretty much yes. I feel like in most things, like when you're trying to depict something epic like that, you need to strike a balance so people can suspend their disbelief. Oh, it's a bloom. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna regret this, but I want to do a flip horizontally, and that's gonna take a second. Oh, actually it's going pretty fast. Love it. So recently Victoria's Secrets gets transported away to Winterworld to celebrate the solstice with its inhabitants. And the Archfey Lord of the land is Jack Frost. Oh, and to celebrate with the inhabitants and Jack Frost. Yeah, he did seem to enjoy himself. Amused as he was. They were surprised to discover that their long-lost dragonborn, fellow fate-touched adventurer and friend, Xerxes Silverhorn. She's gone through so much. So many name changes. Yeah, because Silver wasn't with the party for a very long time. They were given the opportunity to play games and enjoy food and beverages as a group once again. One of the games was the Ultimate Snowball Battle. I don't know like how terribly recent that was. I mean, Carrie will remember that one. That was when they met a particular villager who did his best to hold his own against such demigods. Only a couple months ago. Gosh, he did his best, but he was no match. Pegged his snowball in the can't read. Pegged his wife in the face with a snowball. Yeah, Ox was an absolute beast at that game. Very happy you joined us for that game. I think everyone was. We really wanted you to play. Totally not wanting to get eaten by a box. Oh boy. You're welcome to bring Ralph back anytime you like. That'd be interesting. Oh yeah, gotta make a high-level character. Do all the things. I already like this so much better. You didn't write it down. Most of the NPCs are just nameless until like you need more details for them, and then they just get more details added. Boy, I almost went Elsa. You could make a wizard or a warlock or a sorcerer that's actually like Elsa. I feel like Dragonborn sorcerer with like cold affinity would probably work really well. You don't have to go... No, I mean like the Dragonborn sorcerer, that would be like if you wanted to really model an Elsa type, but you don't have to. And you certainly don't have to pick Dragonborn as like a race. Feat called Elemental Adept. Ooh. I don't recall that feat. I've never used it before. Draconic sorcerer would be a decent fit. Yeah, see. And that way, like, you can be whatever race you want. When all y'all players are far too advanced and I'm a literal baby. Oh, come on now. It's okay. So it wouldn't be that hard to pick up. Did you see Jenna's parents play? It's like, that's so shady, but yeah. Yeah. They're not the best players, but they got a ton of heart. Have you met her parents are chill like 95% of the time. Oh man. I mean, like, that's just more of a reason. Let's come play with us. Super chill. It's been 2 years and I still have to explain almost every role to them. It's part of what I love about them and the part that can be the most frustrating. I have to agree. More, god dang it. He's a good player. They're all good players. Hmm. guess that'll work. Yeah, that'll do. Need my side-eyeing emojis here. Emojis work in this. No one can be more awesome than someone else. We're all awesome in our own ways, individually. Oh my. If you're on your phone, you can download the Japanese keyboard, and in that keyboard you get a bunch of those kind of faces built in. You can just open it and peruse all the little text emojis. It's great. And there's your fancy D20. I remember you talking about that the other night. Looks like I need to leave earlier than I thought. All right, well, thank you for coming and hanging out. I appreciate the conversation. I messed up that first crane, so now I have to make sure I make them right for the next 999 ones. It looked good to me. It looked like a perfectly good crane. Paper crane. Is it one that can move its wings? Because I know there's like two different kinds. One that can move wings and one that can't. I don't know if you're gone already, but now I'm just wondering. I'm not making that one overly complicated, I'm sure. Okay. I can't tell if these horns are good or not, but here's hoping. Bye for real. I don't think they fit in the jar. Apparently there's a special good luck crane that needs more work, but wow, I don't want to make 1,000 of those. The work shows your devotion. That's how it works, right? You always gotta put forth effort to get what you want. Alright. This is apparently what I'm doing today. That third horn really quick and see if it looks any good on this one. I think it just overly complicates things. go with that one. Save. Okay. A duplicate of this, right? Yeah. Making sure I have backups. Kind of important. I haven't been asking lately. Do I still change colors every time I log on? I guess so. You're orange right now, and I think the last time I saw you, you were green. So yeah, I think so. I'm so not an artist, it makes sense. So you can add in all the details and textures. It still seems like you're doing the same art twice. In your mind, do you already see it in color? Okay. Still amazes me that you do all this work in grayscale and then have to go back and color everything. It's just easier for my mind to function in grayscale, which is a strange thing to say, because I see color all the time. But it's easier. You have like, I mean, I guess it could function in any color shift, like having that limited palette. So I don't know, it's just easier. I don't already see it in color. Some things, like, I understand what color it's going to be. Other things, like, I'm going to just have to feel it out. Like, I generally set the overall color tone of an image with, like, big swaths of color, and then I go in and I do more and more. And, I mean, to a certain extent, there's repetition in things, but it's a different thing I'm doing each time, and adding different details in different ways. Like with this one, I'm trying to add more of a scaly look, and trying to pay attention to the scales, where with the original rendition it was just blobs of paint to kind of, I mean, this is still blobs of paint, but there was no real distinction in the way the scales were moving. PIL? I definitely like this version of Orin more than the original. There we go. I'm glad. Trying to do metallic is strange, though. I don't really work with metals too often, so I'm trying to pay attention to, like, what the the bounce light, like the different types of light would be with metal as versus other kinds of textures and fabrics and materials. But yeah, in general, I'm pretty bad at seeing the whole picture when I first start. I just have a vague idea, and that's why I have to go through a lot of just throwing stuff up on the canvas and seeing like what direction I gravitate towards. And then it just kind of slowly sharpens into focus. She's so much more spiky now. I like to imagine her scales stand up like Cat's hair when she's in combat. I don't know if she can do that, but that's funny. And now I'm just making a mess of the scales. Gonna be honest. Yep. this screen. Yeah, the bloom looks like crazy. And I'm like really focusing on not having the face look too flat. Because it's not, it's slightly turned, so. Oops. That's her eyeball. Let's just go up here. I feel like I should just give up on this bloom and redo it. God, working with like these darker tones, and then these are just really, really bright. I can't wait until operating systems just have a complete dark mode for everything. Or like something neutral. Like so it's not completely like white mode or dark or light mode or dark mode. Just something that like sits in the middle so you don't have so much tension from bouncing to extremes. Alright. I will be right back, like less than a minute. So I'll just put that up. And I'll save, because saving is important. And I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Oh, did the music stop? Oh no, it's just very, very quiet. Fair enough. Speaking of music, I think I want to change mine a little bit. Thank you. Okay, let's try to bring this on home. Yeah. I'm not super good at folds in clothing. Close enough. So prickly. I've got like some scale brushes. I've never really used them before, but I have used the fur ones from that set, and the feathers. They are pretty fantastic. So I wouldn't mind breaking those out a little bit later and just seeing if I want to add extra texture that way. Trying to make this a little bit rough, but not that rough. Just the right amount of rough. Yes. Exactly. Where's my reference at here? Because I had that layer on and didn't turn it off. And we flip horizontally. We're going to add a little bit to these horns. No. Totally forgot about this horn over here. Need to clean it up a little. There we go. Guess it's pretty silvery. Okay, so like I said, I've got some scale brushes. I might as well, oh my gosh, let's close some of these. Since I have the option to close folders. So nice. Scale brushes. Open it up. Oh my god. It's gonna be a little bit hard at the corner of the screen with the tablet right at the edge of its sensitivity and just a hunk of plastic. Oh. Right. Scales. Shiny scales. Oh. Interesting. I see. Dragon scale. Oh my. Yeah, that's not. Alright, well. At least I experimented. It certainly is interesting. Don't think it's as easy as the fur and feather brushes. But you can produce some pretty interesting effects. I don't know how light she has to be for silver though. These are supposed to be silverish. And they have like darks in them. Right. So we won't use the scale brushes. Good to know though. Well, she's done. I think it looks a lot better. Just like Lazar, going through changes. That note, this chain. I need to work on that next. I'm glad you like the look so far. I want to make this a little bit thicker. I'm kind of cheating with the stroke tool. Oops. I want that layer to go behind Ox. Because I need to see what I'm doing. Totally not late. Hello there, Hendris. How you doing? Links. Now, I had originally used a brush, but it was pointed out to me that like the brush isn't very accurate in terms of how chains are normally drawn. It was just a bunch of these loops, these rectangular loops, rather than the proper linking. So, like, I'm up to it. I'm gonna just draw, because they're easy enough to draw. They don't have to be perfect, but they just have to be recognizable. Of course, I'm sure I'm gonna itch around with it, but I'm not going too crazy with accuracy right now, beyond it functioning correctly. Pretty sleepy. Played some Daisy up until now, and phew, that game can get really intense. I imagine so. Most zombie games and multiplayer games can. My day was pretty good. Overall, I was in a good mood for much of the day, which led me to being pretty productive. Got some more YouTube stuff up. I can actually see the light at the end of the tunnel with that, and it's amazing. It's like I can finally get all of those videos up. All the VODs. And then I can actually concentrate on putting up YouTube specific stuff, or just using that extra time to, I don't know, make more art for Patreon. Like any number of things that isn't just working on YouTube videos or uploads, really. The light. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a long road. These links are not completely uniform. But again, I think it's probably okay because you're dealing with a society that probably doesn't make perfect links. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, they probably have a mold or something. Or magic. To make perfect chains. That's all it's good for. Okay, now the tricky part begins. Hopefully I can cheese this. It's already getting confusing. Actually. Just gonna have my pen roll out of my hand. I need a sharper eraser. My geta? Those really funny Japanese wood shoes. Oh, came in today and they're awesome, but you cannot run in them. Yeah, I remember like the little anime scenes where they're trying to run in it and it's really awkward and then they end up taking it off. I need to work on my portfolio as well. Yeah, this is definitely a piece that's going in there. Gonna be polished, ready to go. I'm not sure how that is with illustrations, but as far as 2D animation goes, I kind of just do the skeletal animation. I animate the shapes, but I tend to not do the details because details are hard to draw consistently. Yeah, that's fair. The more detailed you go, the harder it is to keep all of the elements in check. I'm kind of been feeling that with this illustration because there's a lot of little details that I need to make sure are there, and keep general consistency in the brush styles and stuff across everything. So those mentalities kind of end up being used in the broad spectrum of art. But I mean, yeah, like I start with the basic shapes like the chain, and then I add detail on top. It's generally how it goes. Because you definitely need that when you're dealing with either animation or a complex action. Or I should really turn on my chain line. Yeah, that's what I should do. Or weird perspective. I was gonna do that, but her hand just does not have enough space for all that nonsense. So we're gonna cut it back on this one. Your work there it's not even a mammoth-sized project. I'd say it's a hydra. It is a hydra. I just changed silver over here. Looks completely different now. But it's cool though, because each time, like as I've been working on it, I've been incrementally improving, you know? So you can't really go wrong with that. And like the last time I worked on that dragon's face, it took way longer. Alright, so that's where her skirt begins. The more you draw, the more there is to draw because of all the details. It's like fighting a hydra without any fire damage. Yeah, well, the clearer the image becomes each time for me, and then I just go deeper and deeper down that rabbit hole. Because for me, unfortunately, I don't normally have a very clear vision in my head. It's mostly a loose idea. Some parts of it can be really clear, but even in my head it can be, it's that age-old, it looks so good in my head, but when I try to put it down on paper, it's just this hot mess. I don't know what I'm doing. So I deal with that a lot, and a lot of it's like this mood I'm trying to invoke. It's hard to capture the spirit of something. Oh man. Close enough. Yeah, it's fluctuated in size a little bit. There we go. Victoria's Secret has yet to fight a Hydra. At this point, they'd have to fight 2 of them. Oh my. Yeah, it didn't really properly click in my head how powerful we actually are. I just was like, oh, everything seems a little bit easier to just get done. Like, not the fact that I can just probably slaughter a whole town. It's like, this is delightful. I can just teleport to wherever I want. You have the power to shift entire world events. But I mean, that's normally what the hero of the story, like that kind of typical D&D campaign, typical RPG campaign where it's like you have the chance to be heroes in some fashion. It's typically a world-changing event. But I hear you. Hang on, level 15, yeah. I mean, Orin saved an entire empire basically single-handed. No, I like to think that she needed to rely on a lot of people. A lot of stuff had to come together. That's why she said specifically I couldn't have done it without everybody. Of course, I was trying to, like, talk to Red because I thought she was still in the room. It's like, nope. Without having to fight a Hydra. We had to fight dragons, though, so, I mean, you know, we're playing to the whole title of the game. Chain! I have 10 minutes to make this beautiful. To be fair, a majority of the monster manual hasn't been faced by Victoria's Secret. You really get to see every monster during a single campaign. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I'm still just amazed they're level 15. Slow and steady. Old chain. Yeah, see, it wasn't linking correctly. We're going to lock our layer here and give it the correct base color that is required. It's probably fine. Oh my goodness. eraser. Now I need you to be soft. Yeesh. Thanks for the entertainment and education in the chat. What did that get? Did that? I think that got picked up by modern. Oh no, okay, because it was at, so that's why it's highlighted. It's highlighted in red. I'm like, what just happened? See you next time. Getting me all worried. Oops, 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 oops. It'll take quite a little bit of shading, but it's coming together. Silence. I get so into doing this, and then I realize, like, oh, I'm very quiet. It's kind of extra bad right now because I'm just trying to get this done before 8 o'clock. Doesn't look too bad. I need to do that one on the end because I missed it. There we go. Looks more like a chain now. Still got a little ways to go, but overall, not too bad. We're getting there. It just takes a million years. Millions and millions of years. Save, and there we go. It is 8 or 20 o'clock. I don't think that's ever not gonna sound weird to me if I just live the rest of my life here in the US. It's such a shame. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. Spread the word if you did. Check out the Discord if you have not, and you can check out the events tab on this Twitch channel to know what we'll be streaming next. Tomorrow, I'm still kind of on the fence. Thank you, phone. I'm on the fence whether I want to play ESO or play Far Cry. So it's a little bit up in the air which game that's going to be. I still have it on the events tab as Elder Scrolls, so you're gonna be surprised. If you have comments or feedback, You can share them by using the feedback links on the Twitch info panel or the Read Me text channel on the Discord. And as always, from my heart to yours, good luck.